Enough to break the ice. How you doing? My name is Thomas Robles, and I'm your student trustee here on the Valley College campus. It's great to see everybody here at the second forum that we're hosting today. Thank you very, very much for coming.
As most of you guys might have heard, the ASU elections are going on right now. If you check your student email, you should have had an email from Associate Student Government, and it has a link, and it tells you ASU elections are going on right now. You follow that link, and you'll be able to vote for the current running officers. So these are the guys that are going to represent you as a school. These are the guys that are going to go to the board of trustee meetings. These are the guys that are going to put up all the events at this campus. So you want to know who's running and what are they going to do for you. You can go on that link and it will show you who's running, what they're planning on doing. It'll give you a little bit of information about each candidate. You can go ahead and click on that and it'll tell you, and then you decide who you want to vote for. And yeah, voting ends tomorrow, so you want to do it as soon as possible. Remember, it's on your student email. Yeah.
Okay, again, my name is Chris Williams. Thank you all for being here first and foremost. I am your student success coordinator. So again, give yourselves all a round of applause. Showing up tonight. Thank you. Okay, so just a couple of quick announcements. I did have a cheesy little joke, but your wonderful director of admissions said I couldn't do it, so I'm going to skip that tonight. Okay, unless you guys want me to. You guys want me to. Okay, so this is how it works. I'm going to say SB. You're going to say VC, but what I want you to do is I want you to match my tempo. Okay? So let's do an example one. SB, VC, love it. SB, VC, SB, VC. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. Okay, so again, Chris Williams, this is Joseph Glenn. I'm sure you all know Joseph. We both are your student success coordinators. First and foremost, who has had a chance to look at the Student Success newsletter? The Student Success e-newsletter comes to your email just by a show of hands. Have you all had that chance? Great, great. So again, what the Student Success e-newsletter is, it gives you information on what's going on around campus. So how many of you have been walking around campus and seen an event going on and you don't know what that event is? Quite a few of you. Can you all relate? So that's what the Student Success e-newsletter is for. We like to let you know about different events, different activities, and things going on around the campus, because one of the best ways for students to be successful is to be connected to the campus and know what's going on. So that's one of our goals when Joseph and I are working, is to increase the development of communication between the departments, the student services departments, and you guys as students here. Okay. Along with that, we also have a new student services Facebook that we just launched. So if you look on the table, you'll see a green little sheet that says "Like us on Facebook." Okay. Now, I didn't spend about an hour of my time just creating that just for it to look pretty. I actually want you guys to like us on Facebook. So if you guys could do that, if you could take out your phones, all you do is you go to SBVC Student Services, like us. What that's going to do is every single thing that we post, you'll automatically know about it because it'll show up on your feed. Okay, now we don't spam your feed by no means. We just post maybe one thing a day, but it's very important and it's different events and activities. Okay, so I appreciate your time. I'm going to hand this off to Joseph. He's going to talk to you about another event that we have. Thank you so much.
Hello everyone. Quickly, I just want to make one quick announcement. You should have on your table a flyer about the Haku conference, along with I also put application on the table for you. We are working to send 25 of our students to the Haku conference in October. Everything paid for 3 days conference. That should get a lot of information about the conference. Once again, the application is on the table. It's due this Friday. So make sure that you submit it. Quickly, also, this is supposed to be a week-long event. We began the event on Monday night, where we meet you on campus with coffee, water, cookie, and also provide you with survival kit. We started on Monday night. We got rain on Monday. We continued yesterday, and we are here tonight. and we're going to be out on the walkway once again tomorrow night. This is our first attempt to connect with most of your evening students. So we thought that we want to connect with you, bring the service to you, and we are planning to do this every semester going forward. We did not put this together, this event together just by Chris and I. We have the whole committee plan on this event. If I can have the committee who are here tonight, member, please stand up, please, to be recognized. Okay. Right. Thank you so much. Okay. We will have a question and answer toward the end of the program. So just only a question for now, please. Thank you.
So without further ado, the one and the only, Dr. Shabazz.
Thank you, Thomas. Again, this event is about you all and why you all are writing down your questions. If you have a question, just raise it, raise the note, and Thomas or a staff member will come by and pick it up. I want to introduce part of my team. There's a lot of student services folks in the room, and I have the honor and privilege of serving as your vice president of students, but the fact of the matter is that there are staff members like Chris and Joseph and others who are at the forefront and on the front line of assisting students. And so I want to introduce some people, and I want to start with the person who is directly responsible for us being here this evening, and that is Angie in the library. Angie came to me and said, look, we're doing all of this stuff in the daytime, but our evening students are equally important. And so one of the things I try to pride myself on is when someone comes with ideas, if we can support those ideas, that we try to support them. And so all this week, Angie and some other staff members, mainly new staff members, have been putting on, well, new and those who have gotten promoted, have been putting on events targeting our evening students. And so while you're thinking about your question, if you also have a suggestion, you could also write it on that card, because we don't know everything. And I have to tell you, I spend a lot of time sitting in an office. And so this is one of the times I look forward to actually coming out and interacting with the students, and it allows me to gauge whether or not the things we think will help you actually will help you. And so if you have ideas, if you have questions, please, we'd like to hear from you. The next person who I'd like to introduce, who I'm going to bring forward because like Angie, Nurse Andy is probably one of my most favorite people. And I know I'm not supposed to say that because I'm the vice president, right? But there's something called actively engaged employees, and both Andy and Angie are two of our most actively engaged employees. And let me say this, I wish I had half the energy that they have, because every time I see both of them, they're always smiling. They always have something positive to say. And I think that that's indicative of the staff and our college and the great people who work at this college and are committed to your success. So Nurse Andy has some information. Now, Nurse Andy, when I hand her this microphone, I can't promise what she's going to say. But what she tells you will help you, that I do know.
Thank you. All right, gang. I am Nurse Andy. This is my second life. I'm actually a retired person now, working at the college. 35 years in neuroscience at Loma Linda. I have for you a couple of items. When you leave this evening, pick up a sleep kit. It has some instructions on how to get a good night's sleep, some websites of interest, a tea bag of the Prince of Peace, earplugs, and then how many of you have found your magazine, Student Health 101? Wonderful. I put it in your email once a month. Jason Brady is the webmaster, and he puts it in your email. It's a very timely magazine all about student life and student health. They actually follow the data and the statistics that we collect on students throughout the country and create editorial calendars that match your needs. So hopefully you're going to find that interesting. There's also some websites of interest on the other side of the postcard. Found a really cool app that was advertised in your Student Health magazine. It's called Mind Shift. It was designed by the Children's Mental Health Project of British Columbia. It's been highly recommended by the Apple Store and Google Play, and it is free. What it allows you to do is to look at test anxiety, personal anxiety, performance anxiety, worry, panic, and conflict on your phone or your tablet or whatever your mobile device. You can have tutorial right in your pocket. So I'm hoping that you're going to find that a very welcome helper. And we made magic yesterday at our health fair. Thank you for many of you who came. I know I don't have an evening fair, not sure how to do that, but I do know that the magazine goes to every single student on this campus. So I know that I'm reaching you with timely information and things that will help you be a more successful student. Thank you.
Thank you, Nurse Andy. And the reason why I mentioned that I couldn't guarantee what Nurse Andy was going to say is she's probably the only one on campus who has the freedom to talk about sex in any other way that she wants to. She always makes it very exciting. Let me introduce a couple other members of my team. We have Ron Hastings, Director of the Library. Certainly the library is very important to student success. April Carter, Director of the Commission and Records. And to her left is Raymond Carlos, the man with two first names, the Director of Student Life. How many people graduated? Anybody graduated? Congratulations for those who are graduated. We are very excited about graduation. I would encourage those of you who haven't been to graduation to attend. It's where all of the hard work for the students and the staff and the community come together, and we get to celebrate with folks. I want to echo, before I get into the questions, and again I want to give you all some time to come up with questions, Haku. This is a conference that not very many community college students actually get to go to. We're going to be taking 25 students from Valley College to San Antonio, where you get to stay in a 5-star hotel, the flight is free, all the food is free, and you get to interact with employers, four-year colleges, internships, and so it is absolutely a great opportunity, and this will change your life. This will be one of those experiences as a community college student that will change your life. And you heard Thomas talk a little bit about going to Miami. What he didn't tell you is the hotel he got to stay in was like a block from the beach, and it was like a 6-star hotel, and it is an educational experience. He came back with some opportunities to go to workshops and that sort of thing, and so there are not very many community college students who get to participate in this, and the deadline for the application is Friday, and as Joseph mentioned, there are some applications on your table. Additionally, we have Erlene here from one of our EOPNS counselors. You want to stand up, Erlene? So EOPNS is accepting applications. I believe she placed applications on your table, and you can speak to her. There are wonderful opportunities and support services at San Bernardino Valley College. And one of the things I told the students earlier is this: no matter how much we do, there's one thing that we'll never be able to do, and that is read your mind. So we don't know if you need help, but once we know that you need help, we can get you the help that you need. And so we have these great support services. And the other thing is we have some shirts that we're going to give out. I don't know how many of you all know, but San Bernardino Valley College is going to be turning 90 years old. There are not very many things that make it to 90 years old. And that says a lot about our college. And we love our college and we love our students. And we're going to be giving away some shirts. But more importantly, we want you to register for summer. It's important that you register for summer. Those of you who are going to be continuing with us, those of you in priority A and B, that your registration has already started. I think we're in week 2 of registration. But we also want you to go back into the community and tell people about your experiences at San Bernardino Valley College. This is a great college. There's a lot of people who work at this college who went to this college just like you all. I live here. I live about 7 minutes away in Rialto. This is my community as much as it's your community. And that's why I love my job, because I get to help the people in my community. A couple other announcements before we get to the questions. It's very important that you all as students know that there are some changes coming to the Board of Governors waiver. How many of you all are getting a BOG waiver? Just about everyone in here, whether you raise your hands or not, is getting a BOG waiver. Beginning this fall, students are going to have to maintain satisfactory academic progress. That's a fancy term for you must pass your classes. Are you going to start putting yourself at risk for losing your BOG? That's a change. You used to be able to still receive a BOG and not pass your classes. You're no longer going to be able to do that. And so it's very important. And I've had a couple people come up to me and say, I heard that you all were getting rid of SIs, and I heard you all were getting rid of tutoring. That is emphatically not the truth. So whoever's telling you that, tell them to stop. We're not getting rid of tutoring. We're not getting rid of SIs. Those two things are very critical to your success and to the success of our students. But it's only critical if you use them. I would not have graduated from college with a bachelor's, a master's, and a doctorate if I did not go to tutoring. But fortunately for me, I was one of those students who knew what I was not good at, and I knew what I was good at. And the stuff that I was not good at, I was not ashamed to go ask for some help. Hey, I see you might be getting an A. Can I get some help? When I was a student at UC Davis, we used to have to wake up at 7 in the morning to sign up for tutoring or you didn't get seen. There would be a line around the block. For some reason on our campus, and we see the data, we see the statistics. We know people who go to tutoring pass. And we know those that don't tend to not. And so it's very important that you know beginning next academic year, students who do not maintain satisfactory academic progress, which is a 2.0, students who withdraw from their courses, those students are going to be at risk of losing their BOG waiver. And I feel very passionate about that, and I'm spending a little time on that because I know what's going to happen. Those students wind up at my office. I just need one more chance. I'm serious this time. It's not going to fly anymore. There will be an appeals process, but it's very important for you to take your education serious. It's very important to use the support services that are available. Talked about HAKU, talked about the BOG waiver. Title IX. I also serve as the college's Title IX administrator. Title IX is a federal law that protects students from harassment, any form of a harassment. If you, for any reason, feel like you're being mistreated, you should absolutely email me or come to my office and make an appointment. I'm located in the administration building above the Admission and Records office. My job as the Vice President of Students, I am the chief advocator for students. If you feel like you're being mistreated, it is my role to make sure that you are afforded due process and the proper treatment. But I can't do that. I don't know that you're having a challenge. Now that doesn't mean you get to come and be mad at me because you didn't pass your classes and financial aid sent you a letter saying you don't longer have financial aid. Now I'll meet with you, but there's not a whole lot I can do if you don't do your part. The other thing is this. I have a t-shirt for the person who can answer this first. When is the priority filing date for the FAFSA? So I got a March 2nd here, and you'll see Raymond, and he'll make sure that you get a shirt. I said a check, I meant a shirt. But here's the thing though, I bet since you met the deadline, you got a financial aid check. Because here's the other thing I know. Students who submit their FAFSA by the priority filing date, which is March 2nd of every year, by and large get their financial aid check in the first disbursement. Here's the other thing I know. When I look at the data of the number of students who submit their FAFSA by March 2nd, this is crazy to me. When we look at high school students, I know not everyone in here came to Valley from high school, but follow me. When we look at the high school students who came to Valley and submitted their FAFSA by March 2nd, the number's like over 90%. when we look at the number of current students who submitted their FAFSA by March 2nd, the number's like 40%. That makes absolutely no sense to me because the second time to submit it is easier than the first. So that means people know that it's due on March 2nd, then they get here and try to turn it in August and wonder why they don't got no financial aid check the first week of school. That's not how it works. It takes on average about 6 weeks to process a financial aid check. But now imagine this, between March and June, there's almost no FAFSAs. August and July, 14,000. So you know what that equals, right? I mean, we have a limited number of people who work in the financial aid office. So if those 14,000 turned them in March 2nd, about 10,000 would get their check the first disbursement. So I don't get that. I don't get that 90% of the students come and know it's due on March 2nd and turn it in on March 2nd their first year. Then their second year, they turn it in July and wonder why they don't have a financial aid check. But with that said, financial aid has been greatly improved.